Assalamu alaikum everyone, Samir did a reaction back with a reaction, and yes, this is, you can see my face, reaction with my Russia apartment tour, Greece, Soviet building, explained. Yeah, we're going to see her home, house, everything, and maybe she taking tour or us in the house. Maybe 12 minutes. Yeah, it is not. It is long time. So my name is Samir. I'm from Algeria, North Africa, with Morocco and Tunisia. I do reaction video and I do reaction music video. I do reaction travel, anything, music, movie, anything. I am here for it because I love doing what I am doing. Depression, it is attack. It is not make me stop what I want to do. No, because I see doctor who give me this medicament help me so much to be doing what I am doing right now, and my anger, my depression, my everything, it is like being easy for me. Not so much easy, but I'm trying my best to be okay and try my best to be who I am. And Samir, yeah, right, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it is me. Okay, let's start. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. It's coming right now. Let's start. Let's go. Let's see.
Привет. Welcome to my Russian apartment tour. For the last year, when I didn't travel, I stayed in Moscow, and today I will take you inside my humble housing named Khrushchevka. I will explain you the story behind grey Soviet blocks and why Russia is full of them, and I will show you how most of the Russians really live. But before we step inside, let's take a walk around my neighborhood.
I said a tour around with the house, and she's so beautiful. Oh my god, play with this. I love this. Oh my god, I really love this.
Not all parts of Moscow are impressive like the Red Square. In fact, there are many neighborhoods like mine, characterized by typical Soviet-era residential buildings. By the way, all these buildings have their own story, from when they were built to their unique features. Almost every Soviet leader tried to solve the housing issue. That's why these buildings are named after the leaders that built them. Stalinka, Khrushchevka, Brezhnevka, and Putinka. Wait, Putinka is actually a vodka brand. This is our courtyard, and around it you can see all types of these buildings.
Wow.
So, for example, this building. Let's start with this one. These buildings are known for their monumentality, luxury, architectural elements, design. They were primarily intended for the Soviet elites. Have you already guessed what Soviet leader built this one? Of course, this is Stalinka. Stalinkas were constructed from the late 1930s to the late 1950s. Under Stalin's rule, the country began to rapidly industrialize, and it was necessary to provide everyone moving to cities with housing. So, mass construction of Stalinkas began. Inside the building, there are spacious entrances and halls, 3 to 4 meter high ceilings, and spacious rooms. Stalinist buildings are still considered to be elite
the river
houses.
there. Stalinka. Building still constant building house. Stalinka.
Khrushchevkas, on the other hand, were the answer to the housing crisis following the World War II, when it was necessary to rebuild the country. The grey blocks were rapidly constructed mainly from the late 1950s up to 1980s, offering a fast and economical solution to the shortage of housing. So, unlike Stalinkas, they were very compact and cheap and simple to build. Alright. Let's go inside my Khrushchevka. Wait, are you subscribed to my channel?
Yeah.
It's a very private space, so only people who are subscribed
I'm subscribed.
can come in.
You are beautiful, and I
Now
am
we
so proud.
are in подъезд. Подъезд is a Russian term that refers to the entrance of the house or the lobby. I live on the 4th floor. There is no elevator here, and that's why most of the Khrushchevkas have 5 floors.
Sure.
Because according to the Soviet standards, if the building has more than 5 floors, they have to build an elevator, and that would increase the cost of construction too
Your
much.
English so good. In mine so messy.
Extra security.
Security.
Добро пожаловать. This is my apartment that I rent from one Moscow babushka with my roommate Dasha.
My roommate.
Long time no see.
Dasha is a typical person from Siberia that
Siberia.
came to Moscow to make some money and to find success. How's it
Yeah,
going so
inshallah.
far?
Why not?
It's
Because
going
Russia
well.
it is big.
I'm really making money because difference of salary in Moscow and in Siberia is huge. I'm building a career and I even found love.
Oh my
Where
God!
do you like
Love.
lifestyle more? In Irkutsk, Siberia or Moscow?
That's a hard question for me because like in Moscow you can find everything you want, but in Siberia there is my family, there are my friends, there are a nature that I love so much, Baikal Lake, and still like Moscow for me sounds like city for money, but Siberia is for my soul.
Now let me show you
Yeah.
around. This is a one-room apartment.
So
We're in the
beautiful.
living
I
room.
love this.
Typical sounds of the Soviet
Yeah, I
apartment.
don't care
Of
the
course,
sound.
there is a cupboard showcasing the best of the tableware. It's a must-have in a Soviet apartment, and a small library consisting of very big books of the Russian classical
Wow.
literature. And this is a balcony. In Soviet Khrushchevkas like
Balcony.
this, people usually put lots of stuff that they don't need on the balcony in the hope that they will use it someday in the future, and it's sometimes full of old furniture and lots of stuff. So it's not like, for example, somewhere in Italy when it's a nice balcony and people are drinking coffee. Also, it's quite chilly here
So
for
cold
coffee.
outside. Wow, she cooking right now.
And welcome to the
Siberia.
kitchen. Kitchens in Soviet
Siberia
Khrushchevkas are very
food.
small. Here is the space for cooking,
Cooking.
here is the space for eating, and don't pay attention to this, we're trying to recycle. Khrushchevkas are very compact. They had to be built very fast, and initially they were meant as temporary housing solutions. Authorities plan to replace them with more comfortable houses in the future after the rise of the Soviet Union and communism. That's why they were small and built with minimal costs for building materials due to shortages in the post-war Soviet Union.
Это научные сотрудники Института жилища.
Oh, it's
Они
the
заботятся
best.
о вас, женщины. Несколько шагов за водой, несколько шагов за солью. От плиты к плите
Wow.
складываются километры.
Everything like
Для того, чтобы
together.
приготовить борщ, оказывается, надо пройти 500 шагов. Ученые хотят избавить вас от лишних движений и размещают оборудование кухни более рационально.
And in all Khrushchevkas there is such windows between a kitchen and a bathroom.
Or better.
You probably wonder why do we need it? Of course, a Soviet person was always under surveillance of the Communist Party, and they always need to check what media you are reading, what newspapers you are reading. Even in the bathroom, the big brother is always watching you. What else is here? Actually, I never paid attention to this, but now I see that there is this door, and I have no idea where it leads.
Wow, very beautiful, beautiful.
What I saw there is not information
Yeah,
for everyone.
and
As I said,
scary.
Khrushchevkas are very compact, and basically the apartment tour is over. Khrushchevkas, just like this one, were built all over the country until 1960s to provide as many citizens with an apartment as possible, and many families were very happy to receive apartments like this and not to live in a communal housing, to have their own bathroom, to own their own apartment. And from mid-1960s, it was when Brezhnev came in power, and he decided to build an improved version of Hrushchevkas, Brezhnevkas. The population started to complain about the Khrushchev buildings because of small areas, small kitchen, thin wall, lack of elevators. So Brezhnevkas had larger kitchens, trash chutes, elevators, as they usually had up to 16 floors. And apartments overall were wider compared to Hrushchevkas. Such buildings were built until the end of the 1990s.
When you play, we don't have this in here in Algeria, this stuff. We have this in big city, not big city like big city. Like you need to move like 15 minutes to go to the garden and to go and play something or stuff like this. But when you see your town, like a neighborhood or something,
the new buildings that are built in
glasses
Russia
now
look like the one behind me. Huge residential complexes with so many apartments inside of one building like this. Modern and spacious.
So
apartments.
big!
But actually, I'm not sure I would like to buy an apartment in a building like this. It's just buildings like this remind me an ant house, and people there are so small, like ants. So many people in this huge building.
So
I think I would have depression if I lived there and feel like in utopia or something. But I'm not sure. They have very modern apartments, and now I'm in a period of my life when I need to decide where I would like to own a property, but I still haven't decided if I want to settle in Moscow or some other city of Russia. There is lots of advantages of living in Moscow, but also disadvantages. So I'm still deciding where I'm gonna settle. So let's sum up all types of residential buildings in Russia. Stalinkas were constructed during the industrialization period. They're very monumental and have a beautiful architecture. Then Hrushchevkas were built to address the post-World War II housing crisis. So these buildings were only about functionality and minimalism. And then Brezhnevkas, which are like an upgraded version of Hrushchevkas. And modern buildings reflect the demand for more comfortable living conditions. Some people might say that post-Soviet countries look depressing because of these grey, ugly panels.
Why depressing?
These buildings provided homes for millions of people. This is not an example of beautiful architecture, of course, but in a country where housing shortages were once a reality, having a roof over your head was a luxury in itself. This was a small tour of my Hrushchevka and explanation of Russia's grey buildings.
Thank you so much.
Share your opinion. Do you think these buildings look very depressing? And could you live in one of these buildings?
So cool, I love it.
As for me, yes, this is not perfect. It's a very small apartment.
Small, but perfect.
Right now I am very happy to live here in Moscow.
Perfect.
For this price, it's very cheap.
Believe me, very cheap and perfect.
In this quiet
Love it.
and green area of the city, and this place
Stay
gives
there.
me an opportunity to do
It's for me. Oh my
and I
God.
can reach places that I need by walking, which is a luxury for a big city like Moscow.
Oh, this
Also, metro
animal.
is just 10 minutes walk. I will not live here forever, of course, but for this particular period of my life, it's perfect. Every day that I'm here, I'm happy, honestly. Even though the capitalist, consumerist world keeps reminding every day that you need a bigger apartment, and when you have that bigger apartment, you need a more luxurious apartment, and only then you will be happy, but don't fall into this trap. That's it from me. Let me know if you already knew the information from my video before, or what things that I mentioned you found interesting.
I love all the information you give me, and absolutely, like, I love it.
See you soon.
You show me a lot about Russia and falling in love with Russia. That's, yeah, thank you so much. And your name, wait. Your name, Ili. Your name, Ili. I subscribe here. You have like 2023 video, and you are daily, maybe you have 6 days, you upload the last video, and that video like 3 week, 2 week, 13 days, and you're speaking English so amazing. Hi there, I come from town in your mountain in Russia, and now I travel to over the place Russia, discover the culture of small ethnic group, visit other parts of shore in the world. Welcome to my channel. Come to Algeria, yo. Oh my god, please come to Algeria. And this Kazakhstan country, and you live in Russia right now, and that's amazing. I love it. So if you love it, you love me, and you want to love me, just love me because of the reaction, and love me because I am need love. That's all, because my heart, it is big, and so much big, and yeah, you can love anything, in my heart. So yeah, peace, love, assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, salam.